Hello, and welcome back to Father and Son Tractors, not fun with tractors. This is actually a little clip about how to date your Ferguson TE20. There are too many romantic puns when I say date. How to find out its age. Before we get started, I've created a PDF which I will send out to anyone for free, a 4-page PDF on how to identify your Ferguson and how to identify its age. Email address here, boop, and I'll leave that on the screen. If you don't want the PDF, for whatever reason, you need a printed copy, just send an email and I'll gladly print a copy out and I'll post it to you, free of charge. A lot of people in the past have tried to charge me for certain information dating Ferguson tractors, and it's just, that's not cool. This is free information. It takes a bit of research, but it's not kind to charge. So, how to date your Ferguson TE20. Let's start with the most obvious thing, the serial number. I'll put a little table of the serial numbers here. So if you know your serial number, you can just see what date it is from there. So for example, serial numbers 1 to 315, that's a 1946 tractor. Your serial number will be likely on your dashboard from 1947 models right through to 1956 on a little plate. If it's not there, it could be that you have a 1946 model tractor. They're the T20, petrol T20s with the Continental Z120 engine. And in that case, your serial number will likely be on the actual engine block. I think it's underneath the exhaust manifold. There'll be a little plate with it engraved on. So they're the two sort of spots that I'm aware of that you can find a serial number. If you can't find that serial number and none of the other dating methods work that I'm going to tell you about, send me an email and I'll look into it and for free, and we'll see what we can find out about your tractor. So serial numbers, as you can see on the table, are the obvious one. If you haven't got a serial number, you will have casting markings on different parts of the tractor when those parts were made. And they are often in a 3-number format. So let's say it'll say 195, for example. That would be the 1st of September 1955. So 1 the 1st, 9 is September, 5 is 55. Another example would be, say there's a 3 there on the end, so let's say it's 193. That'd be the 1st of September 1953. The tractors were only made from 1946 to 1956, so you've only got that 3 appearing once in the year. That's how you can tell. If there's a 9 there, it's not going to be 1959 at the end, sorry. If it's say 199, it won't be the 1st of September 1959 because they weren't making in 1959. They stopped in 56, as you can see from the serial number table. So if there's a 9 on the end, that will be 1949. I'm trying to make sure I'm getting this information right as I reiterate. I have the PDF I created in front of me. And those casting numbers will be found either on your engine block, but more likely than not, on most of the T20s of all the models made from 1947 right through to 1956. They will be on the trumpet housings, either side, that lead to your wings and your wheels. Or, and I'll put a little image of one here, in front of your, just try and get the side right, your hydraulic dipstick housing side. So you have that little circular plate on the side that has your hydraulic dipstick in, below your draft control lever. just in front of that, as per this image, I've got a table there, haven't I? I'll put the image here, although there might be room for all of it. Just in front of that circular plate will be your casting numbers running vertically. Or on some models, I have seen them on the left side, and I think that's really, really rare, next to the PTO control lever in front of that circular plate. That's rare, that's something odd. If you can't find your serial numbers in those spots, your casting numbers in those spots, or a serial number, ping me an email. It could be that you have the back end, because they're in sort of 3 bolted on chunks, the Ferguson tractors, the back end of a FE model or a Massey Ferguson 35 model perhaps, and then the front end of a regular T20 from 1947 onwards that has the standard engine, not the Continental engine with a serial number engraved on it. In which case you won't find a serial number or a casting date. And believe me, there are loads of these sort of, I guess you'd call it sort of cut and shut, but it's not dodgy per se. It's not like welding 2 chassis together of 2 different trucks or something. There are loads of Fergusons out there that have the back end that they've taken off a TED. It's the front end of a TEF. Do you know what I mean? Or it's got a Continental engine, but everything else is off of a TED. Or it is perhaps an industrial model on the front end or whatever. But yes, if you cannot find your serial number or casting codes, and you can't understand the PDF that I've created on how to date your Ferguson, then ping me an email and just ask. This is off the back of lots of people messaging and emailing me asking how to date their Ferguson and sending me comments on Facebook and Instagram saying I can't find any serial numbers. What do these certain numbers mean? All these older tractors have casting stamps on them somewhere. And when the things, let's say one of the items were cast, the tractor was cast in 1957, 1956. They didn't make them in 1957, 1956. It would have been within 6 months to a year that tractor was then assembled and put out into production. So it's as near as darned going to be a 1956, you know? So yes, thank you for watching. I hope this helps a lot of people. As I said, please email me. I will not charge, and when I've got time, I'll research your Ferguson, or any other tractor really, but Ferguson's I know a little bit more about, only a small amount on all of it, but a little bit more on Ferguson. I'll research it for free when I have time, and I'll get straight back to you nonetheless. Thank you very much for watching.